So step one when getting started is just going to be to go through and inflate our 11-inch balloons and 5-inch. We've got 5-inch Qualitex white, and we have 11-inch willow green, Reflex lime, and white sand. So we're gonna go ahead and get a bunch of these inflated, and then we'll start throwing them on the Garland strip. When I'm in the shop, I use an air compressor for my 11-inch balloons, and a balloon pump works fine for this. I like to inflate them into the ground because it makes the balloons a little bit more round. So, yay full. You don't want to inflate the balloons to an oblong shape. You inflate them like as if you were to put helium in them. That's going to be too big, and it's going to start causing your garland to take on a weird shape and pop off. So you actually want to let out some air, kind of just push that into the ground like that, and inflate it to about yay full. For 5-inch balloons, most retail electric pumps won't inflate them, at least not the ones that we've tried. We have a commercial pump that does just fine and works great for them. So you should always try to pick up a hand pump. They're just handy to have. This one is really great. We have this one in our store. It's very sturdy. It lasts a long time. You can also pick them up at Target, but personally I have found this one to be much sturdier. So just depends on what you have available to you. Same thing with these. You want to inflate them so they're kind of round instead of oblong shape. One of the things we get asked a lot is how long it takes to put a garland kit together. The most time is going to be spent inflating the balloons. So it's going to take a little longer if you're using a hand pump. It's going to take a little less time if you have an electric hand pump. Always good to have an extra set of hands to kind of help you tie and get everything inflated. Definitely that is what takes the most time. So a couple of hours, putting it onto the garland strip and actually assembling it, maybe 20 minutes, maybe less. That part, super fast. Okay, so we have 24 11-inch balloons and 24 5-inch balloons, and we're going to start putting those onto a garland strip. We will end up with a 6-foot garland when we're done. So I'm just gonna start with 2 5-inch balloons, and I'm just gonna come a little bit closer so you guys can kind of see what we're doing. Okay, so you can see the keyhole here. So with the 5-inch balloons, you're going to put 2 in one keyhole. So just grab both tails. Whoops. And just pop them in here. Slide them into the small hole, like that. Then you're gonna grab an 11-inch balloon and put 1 in the next keyhole. Then you're gonna do another 11-inch balloon. And put it in the other direction. Pop it in the keyhole, like so. And then the next hole is going to be 2 more 5-inch balloons. So the pattern is 2 5-inch in one hole, an 11-inch, an 11-inch, and 2 more 5-inch. So we're just going to keep going with this pattern. So before you start, maybe vacuum your floor. Unfortunately, we're always building and doing stuff in here, so I am constantly picking up everything because these are giant static clings. So just remember that. You might have to wipe them off when you're done if your floor is full of dust. Here is the final look, all hung up. This is the 6-foot Petite Garland. One of the things to remember about the Petite Garlands, when you hang them on the wall, they are going to appear a little bit longer than the standard build and the deluxe build. As the balloons start getting bigger and bigger in your builds, what happens is in this little fold right here, or this little bend, This bends really easy because the balloons are 5" and they're small, so you don't lose a lot of length. But when the balloon garland is a little bit thicker, that bend, you lose more footage, I guess, is the way you would describe it. So you kind of end up, it ends up being just a little bit shorter, or, you know, the bend ends up being a little bit kind of different. So just something to kind of remember. If you want something that looks longer, the petite is a good way to go for that. The other thing we did here, I have to take and tuck this up. When you get done with your garland, you can either cut the end of the strip off as soon as you're done, or if you think you might want to use this again, because you can reuse the garland strips, you can go ahead and just take this and wrap it up or tuck it up behind, and that way, you know, if you decide you want to make a longer garland at a later date, then you can hang on to it.